All right, hello. Today we're going to be talking about combat. I'm outside the western gate right now of the crossings, and we're going to head into gobs. So I'm going to go path, and I'm going to run into the goblin territory. And I'm moving around right now using the numeric keys, and if you're getting numbers pushed up right here, you have to hit numlock to correct that. And hopefully we will find some goblins pretty soon. One thing that's handy is there's nothing around. You can use the hunt command, and it'll pull up different what's around you. Now it says to the south and south. I can either run there, or what I can do is I can go type hunt and then number 8, and it'll automatically take me to that room. Now be careful when you do this sometimes in hunting areas, because sometimes somebody might be in hiding and trying to ambush the goblins or whatever the critters are they're hunting. So as a courtesy, I normally just go say hello and make sure there's nobody else in the room before I go in and start killing stuff when I use the hunt command. Because also sometimes the critters will move from room to room, and they might have moved into a room that somebody else was already in. And I think that's just a courtesy to do that. All right, so I'm in combat right now, and you can see right now there I'm getting attacked at, and I'm evading, I'm dodging, I'm blocking. To kind of give you an idea of what the combat situation looks like is you can assess your combat situation. That's ASS. And I have a window just for what my combat situation looks like. So let me pull this out a little bit so it a little bit easier to see what's going on there. Sorry, it's being difficult on me, so I'll just leave it like that. As you can see, right now I'm facing Scavenger Goblin, and there's 2 other ones on me. That's actually the 3rd one, and 1 and 2 are also facing me. The engagement cap right now is 4 critters. Sometimes, I believe it's 4 across the board. It used to be different where different critters had different engagement caps, but I believe it's a pretty straight 4 across the board now. When you have multiple opponents on you, it's much more difficult to evade their attacks than if you're just fighting one-on-one. So when you go into a new area to go hunting, and you can take on one-on-one, you do all right against them, be careful if all of a sudden 3 of them show up at a time, because when they gang up on you, it's a lot more difficult to evade their attacks. So now to actually get into fighting. The most basic maneuver is just typing attack, or you can just type ATT as a shortcut. I like using abbreviations as much as possible. And even faster than that, if I'm just going to keep on using that, I can just use the up arrow key and just keep on attacking them. And if you're a little bit too excited and you hit attack, you'll see it has this little thing that says wait for 2 seconds. Then just once the 2 seconds is up, you can do that. You can also see little red bars down here that lets you know when you're out of your round time. Now, you'll notice that I jabbed at the gob, I sliced at the gob. Attack just is a generic command that kind of decides what's going to be best for you. Every attack has pluses and minuses to it. Jabbing is a very fast maneuver. It helps build your balance. But then you can get into a slice maneuver, which is kind of an overall, just general, equal across the board maneuver. And then there's things like chop that are kind of more like a power move that can throw you off balance more. You can see how my advantage went to slight advantage, and now the opponent has a slight advantage now. To bring that back, I can jab a few times, or actually with this weapon, it's better to feint or feint. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. So I can do this a few times, and I'll build back my position against the. See, I got a stun against him, so that really helped me put him in better position too. And so now that I'm in good position, I can do another power move. And I'm way outclassing these guys, so that's why you're going to see me just doing devastating damage to them and stunning them left and right. There's also combinations in this game, so you can use combinations like that to build out, increase your balance and your position, but then there's actually a tactical maneuver, and you can use that by analyzing, or ANA is the shortcut. And I'll show that if I do a feint, a chop, and a slice, I'll get an armor reduction on him. So I'll feint, I'll probably kill him before I can do all 3 because I'm hitting him pretty hard here. and slice after our round time's up. I should have used a lighter weapon so it reduces the round time a little bit. Okay, so I killed him, so it didn't really get a chance to show you what the effect did on his thing. But those are combos, and actually the best I'm going to, you can skin. And I'll talk about skinning later, but generally you want to use a smaller blade than the sword. The bigger the blade is, the harder it is to get a successful skin. Okay, so also I used the loot command, which you can see had 3 coins on them, 2 coppers and 1 copper and 2 bronze. They can carry all sorts of different things, like chests, rare metals, junk metals, sometimes just weird things like a bar of soap or something like that. So I'm going to assess my combat situation, and you're going to see right now I'm not facing anybody. So they're both, one's behind me and one's flanking me. And I can either I can go face next, and it will turn and face one, or you can just go ahead and make any kind of combat maneuver, and you will attack them. So let's try the tactics. We're going to analyze them. And I have a chance for stun if I follow this. So I'm going to slice. And one thing you notice is I get pretty fatigued doing all these in a row. Feint doesn't really use that much, but a jab it doesn't, but slice and chops do. One way to build that back is another combat maneuver, which is bob. That helps build fatigue back. It also helps you get better position. Now, let's say I forgot where I was in the combo. I can type this in again, A for analyze, and you can see it's right where I left off. Still a feint and a slice, so I'll do that. And if I was tired again, I could bob again to help rebuild some of that. And oops, I forgot what it was. You're going to analyze, and my last maneuver is a slice. I slice, and it says, using my tactics, I outmaneuver him and cripple his ability to maintain position. That, to me, is the fastest way I've found to learn tactics. Other ways to learn tactics are you can circle, weave. Shoving is a great way to get in better position. In this case, I threw him down onto the ground, and you can see I'm overwhelming him. So it's a good. It can be very powerful to shove. Shove and then do like a power move like chop. And depending on what kind of weapon you have, different attacks are going to be more or less effective. Chop and slice are great for slice weapons. If you've got a blunt weapon, you're going to want to be using things more like swing and bash. If you have something like more of a jabbing weapon, a piercing weapon, you're going to want to use more jabs and lunges. So this is the basics. I'm going to end the video here, and I'm going to come back with a little bit more advanced combat.